When it comes to training, there's a lot of different ways of shaking it up. Usually when people say, I'm bored at the gym or I'm not seeing progress, it's because they don't know enough how to change things up. Now, what we predominantly do to build and to improve are straight sets. Straight sets is what everybody does in the gym. You lift, you pause for 30 to 60 seconds, you lift again, you lift again. Those are straight sets, they don't change. And they form the basis of all strength training. But we can shake it up, and there's two ways that I like to shake it up. There's a lot of different ways, but probably the two most popular ways are the pull and hold and explosives. So if you've been doing just straight sets up till this point, try one or the other for a month and see how your training improves, because we want to shake it up but not too much. Okay, with weight training, the whole key is not to reinvent the wheel, is to shake it up just enough. Remember, we're like Michelangelo and we are carving the statue of David. He never would have gotten anywhere if he had carved at the shoulder and then went to the knee and then went to the hip. He stays in one area and carves and shapes and tones. That is what weight training is. It is like that. It is carving and shaping and cutting grooves deeper and deeper in. We're etching with every single workout. When we move around too much, we don't get that, and we need to stay with. So we change it up a little, but not too much. That's what the whole basis of all my programs are. The Healthy Living Program, the 10-week challenge, the 12-week challenge. We never do a big departure from one month to another. We just change it up slowly. Weight training is always the basis. Plyometrics are fun and nice, but weight training for carving and shaping and toning for the 40-plus woman is where it needs to be. So this is how I would shake it up, and I want you guys to try one of these two. Here we go. All right, the pull and hold is a different kind of training technique that we can use to shake things up. Now, what we do with this one is, for example, I'm seated at the cable row, and what we're going to do is we're going to do the classic move, but we're going to hold it at the end. So where the maximum stress is, that's where we hold for a count of 2 and we return. So it's pretty easy. What you do is you get into position, you pull, squeeze, 1, 2, and return. Pull, 1, 2, and return. Pull, 1, 2, and return. So what the pull and hold does is it just puts a different stress, a different training technique into your training to shake things up. Do this for a month at a time. I wouldn't do it with every exercise, but for every body part, try 1 or 2 exercises in which you do it. Now, obviously, there's going to be some exercises where you can do it and some where you can't. I wouldn't do it on a leg extension. You can't really do it on a leg press because the maximum stress is at the top, but it would be too easy to lock your knees out. So we don't do it on that one. So the pull and hold is great with cables, and mostly with cables or any kind of a plated exercise. Okay, so you can do that. You can do it on a hamstring curl where you pull and you squeeze and you hold. So wherever the maximum force is, that's where you hold for a count of 2. Now what you're going to find though is the weights that you normally use, you're not going to be able to use because you're holding for a count of 2. You're not using momentum, you're not letting it go right away as we do in straight sets. So pull, squeeze, and hold. Lat pull down. Cable kickbacks. Any kind of cable work works really, really well for this. Not in dumbbells, because with dumbbells the hold is up here, there's no stress here. If you want to stop part way and hold it there, great, do it there. Find where the maximum stress place is and apply the 2-second hold. So that's one way to shake up your training. Another great training technique to sprinkle into your usual training routine are explosives. Now these are more advanced, so you do need to take care. You can't do them with every exercise, obviously, but there are some where you can, and this is explosive power at its finest. I'm at the leg press, and what you do for explosives is you push up as fast as you can from the bottom portion. So we're here, and we explode up, and we come down slowly. Explode up, come down slowly. Explode up, come down slowly. Explode, come down slowly. Now these are really tough because you will be using maximum weights on this. So what that means is there is a huge potential for injury, so you have to be very, very careful, and you do it on certain lifts. I probably wouldn't do it on the squat unless you're a good squatter, because you have to be really focused on form. But explosives are very tough, but they dig deep into the muscles, they shake things up, and you're going to find you're probably only going to be able to explode at any decent speed for the first 4 to 6 reps. After that, you're going to slow down. Good. That means you're lifting enough weight. If you can get through all 10 or 12 reps, you're not using enough weight. So it is to failure. This is a really tough one. But I love this one. Again, I do it with every muscle group, 2 or 3 exercises. I try to shake it up. Don't do it with leg extension if we're talking leg workout, right? Because you never hold at the leg extension. Remember some of our rules. We don't hold the knees flexed, extended with the leg extension. We have to be very, very careful. This wouldn't work. I mean, you could do it with cable work too. So you could do it with the cable row that I just showed you with pull and hold. So you could explode in and then slowly let it out. Explode in, slowly let it out. You can do it with shoulder press, explode up. But this is where you have to really have good training form. Advanced athletes know this. It's like when you throw a baseball. You know that there's a certain point in your brain where you say, okay, I got to pull back from that throw. You never let it go all the way out, or you're going to pull your socket out. So you know when you throw, you know where the place is to stop, and you hold, and that ball goes flailing. It's the same with any kind of weights. You don't continue to careen up. You know where the stop place is. You explode up, and then you hold tight with your joints, okay? So if you've been lifting for a while, try explosives. They are really cool, and they're really going to help you improve. And it is a tougher workout, but again, it's about shaking it up. So if you've been doing straight sets for a while, then do either the pull and hold or explosives. Or you can try both throughout the next month, just to shake things up on certain exercises. So again, don't do it with every exercise. It's going to be too much, but play with it, because this body of ours needs to be kept off guard just a little bit, and it likes variety. Variety is the spice of life. Okay? Give them a go, guys. Have fun.